second time today I got to ask this question, so gonna give a little training video. The question was, is this project something that we need to be concerned with in materials? So well, I guess first let me go to IM 103. See, Google will find it for me. Yeah. Does say current at the top, so that's good. So these categories here are what categorizes a project. Category 1 projects are just like state projects. So it doesn't matter who the sponsor of the project is. We treat them all the same, which is just like a federally funded state project. And then 2, 3, and 4 are different. So you can see if the project that has this funding code in it, then it will be that category. So an FM project can be a category 4 farm to market road. So what does that mean? We go down here and there's quality assurance with inspections, calibrations, source inspections, project inspections, and it shows what we'll do. So on a category 1 project, obviously that's the federally funded and state projects. We're doing all the inspection requirements from IM 204 for state stuff and 205 for locals. For these other categories, we do different things. So that's where it gets important to know what category it is. And then the certification is different too. So the DME signs the 436 form stating that the materials used in the project all comply. That's why we do full inspection, full audit, the whole shebang on that one. Category 2, 3, and 4 are different, where the DME won't sign, the DME may sign, and there's no DME signature required on category 4. So we are really concerned only if the project is if it's a local project, so a county or a city or some other kind of agency, not the state of Iowa. The only time it will be a category 1 project is if it has federal funding in it. So the trick is figuring out if there's federal funding. State projects, we all treat them the same, all just like category 1s. Okay, so if I go into Doc Express, I just happen to have these on my screen. I don't know why, but if I look at these, they don't have PED at the end of them. And I guess these are all state projects because they're on state routes. But these do have FHWA numbers on them. And with the FHWA number, you know it's a federally funded project. But if they had a PED, which we're going to see in just a second, I'm just pasting the project number that I was asked about in here. Verify that it is the right project. It is. It has a PED, which is project end date. That's something the federal highway gives us. We have to have this project closed out by that date. And so if it has a PED, you know it is federally funded. And even though whoever PA 26 is, Des Moines Metropolitan Planning Association, apparently, even though they're not the state Iowa DOT, it is a federally funded project because it has this PED on it. Now, if it didn't have the, and so I'm done. I just know that it's a category 1 and I know we're involved. If it didn't have the PED, you need to take one more step just to make sure. And that is to go into the contract itself. So in here, and this will almost always be in the contract signing drawer, because the only ones we're looking for are non-Iowa DOT projects, and so that's local systems. And so we go into the contract signing drawer. That's their drawer structure. And then we just go down and look for the actual contract, which will always start with BO for bid order. And you can click into it, open up the contract. We're not concerned with the first few pages. The 5th or 6th page, it has a different look to it. So I'm just going to hit next, 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 next. Okay, this is the look I'm looking for, where it tells you what the different standards or specs are. So page 1 of 6, this is not the one I'm looking for. Page 2 of 6, this is not the one I'm looking for. Page 3 of 6, this is what I'm looking for. So on page 3 here, one of the specifications applied to this contract is FHWA 127306, which is required contract provisions for federal aid construction contracts. So this is how I really know that it's federally funded, because every federally funded project has this on it. So if it has the PED, it's going to be federally funded. If it doesn't, go in, check the contract, make sure it does not have the FHWA spec listed. If it does not, then you know it's not a federally funded project, and then it will end up being one of these other categories, which is lower. It's lower observation on our part, and it has to be requested by the local agency. So that's how the fastest way I've been able to figure out how to determine federal funding and if it is a category 1 or not on the local side of things.